Welcome back to Ridezone Bikes, say your ultimate pit stop for all things two wheels. Today, we've got something truly exciting for cruiser lovers and touring enthusiasts across India. A detailed look at the 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400. Yes, Bajaj has finally upped the ante in its Avenger lineup, and the 400cc upgrade is nothing short of a bold statement. Stick with us as we take a deep dive into everything this bike brings to the table, from design, engine performance, and riding comfort to features, pricing, and what makes it a strong contender in the mid-range cruiser segment this year. Let's kick things off with a bit of context. The Bajaj Avenger has always stood out in India's commuter-focused motorcycle market for offering an affordable, laid-back cruiser experience. With its low-slung design and relaxed ergonomics, the Avenger series was Bajaj's way of making cruisers accessible, and it worked. But with competition evolving and riders demanding more power and better features, Bajaj has stepped things up with the all-new Avenger 400, and let's just say it's not playing it safe. Visually, the 2025 Avenger 400 stays true to its cruiser DNA but adds a refreshed attitude. The design language blends classic Avenger curves with sharper detailing and muscular styling. The teardrop-shaped fuel tank has been retained but now gets edgier contours and a slightly larger 14-liter capacity, perfect for longer rides. The chrome treatment is more restrained and tasteful this time, giving it a premium matte metallic finish in dual-tone options like Midnight Copper, Storm Black, and Glacier Silver. The wide, low-slung seat with contrast stitching not only adds to the visual appeal but offers long-distance comfort. The LED headlamp is a new full-ring DRL unit, brighter, more aggressive, and well integrated with the chunkier front fork setup. The rear features a redesigned fender, sleeker LED tail lamp, and a broader 150-section rear tire for that beefy cruiser stance. Now, let's talk about the heart of the beast. The biggest update, and arguably the most important, is the new 373cc, liquid-cooled, stock engine, derived and retuned from the Dominar-400's powertrain. This engine produces a solid 39.5 PS of power at 8,000 RPM and 35 Nm of torque at 6,500 RPM, delivered via a 6-speed gearbox with the slipper clutch. Bajaj has worked on remapping the EQ and revising the gear ratios to suit a cruiser riding style, ensuring more low-end torque and linear power delivery. What this translates to is effortless highway cruising at 110 km/h without stressing the engine, along with enough torque on tap for overtaking and hill climbs. Ride comfort has always been the Avenger's strong suit, and Bajaj has doubled down on that. The chassis has been slightly reworked for better stability and weight distribution. Suspension duties are handled by a 43mm telescopic fork up front and twin shock absorbers at the rear with gas-charged damping, optimized for absorbing bumps without compromising on handling. The 17-inch front and 15-inch rear alloy wheels are wrapped in MRF Zappa tires, providing a good mix of grip and road feedback. In terms of braking, the Avenger 400 gets a much-needed upgrade. A 320mm front disc and 230mm rear disc paired with dual-channel ABS. The bite is progressive, and the levers now have adjustable settings for rider preference. It feels confidence-inspiring even at higher speeds, something the previous 220 model lacked. Moving on to features, the 2025 Avenger 400 is no longer a bare-bones cruiser. Bajaj has included a fully digital instrument cluster with a round, retro-modern aesthetic. The unit displays gear position, clock, fuel range, real-time mileage, and trip meters in a crisp backlit layout. It also gets Bluetooth connectivity for turn-by-turn navigation and call SMS alerts via the Ride Connect app. There's even a USB Type-C charging port neatly integrated below the handlebar. For night rides, the backlit switchgear and hazard light function are welcome additions. The ergonomics remain laid back, with forward-set foot pegs, a low seat height of 730mm, and wide handlebars, making it extremely accessible for shorter riders while retaining the classic cruiser posture. The seat cushioning has been revised for both the rider and pillion, with improved lumbar support and a removable backrest option on higher variants. Now let's address the all-important question: pricing. The Bajaj Avenger 400 comes in two variants, the Standard and the Tourer Pro. The Standard variant is priced at a superscript 12.19 lakh, ex-showroom, while the Tourer Pro A, which includes touring accessories like a backrest, larger windscreen, and saddle mounts, is priced at a superscript 12.35 lakh, ex-showroom. That's excellent value for a sub-400cc cruiser with this level of features, refinement, and highway capability. One of the biggest USPs of the Avenger 400 is its balance between urban usability and highway cruising. Unlike bulkier cruisers that are hard to manage in city traffic, the Avenger 400 remains light on its feet. Weighing in at around 172 kilograms, curb weight, it feels planted without being cumbersome. The shorter wheelbase and well-calibrated rake angle give it surprising agility in traffic, while still maintaining a cruiser stance. And thanks to the retuned engine mapping, you don't have to constantly shift gears even in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Fuel efficiency is another talking point. Despite its larger engine, the Avenger 400 delivers a real-world mileage of around 32-35 km/L, which is quite impressive for a bike in this category. With the 14-liter tank, that gives you a range north of 450 kilometers, ideal for weekend getaways and road trips. Let's not forget the after-sales experience. Bajaj has a massive dealership and service network across India, and the Avenger 400 shares many components with other Bajaj platforms, which means easy part availability and lower maintenance costs. Compared to imported cruisers or niche brands, this is a big advantage for long-term ownership. So, who is the 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400 for? If you're someone who's always admired the cruiser aesthetic but wanted something more powerful, refined, and feature-rich without jumping to the 4A5 La Coupe bracket, this bike is absolutely worth considering. It sits comfortably between the Avenger 220 and bigger offerings like the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, Honda CB 350, or even the Yazdi Roadster. And in many ways, it undercuts them on price while offering more tech and better performance. To wrap it all up, the 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400 is not just an upgrade. It's a reinvention of what the Avenger series stands for. It keeps the soul of the original laid back, stylish, easy to ride but infuses it with modern tech, meaningful performance, and true touring capability. Whether you're a daily commuter looking for comfort, a weekend rider hungry for highway miles, or a new enthusiast seeking a stepping stone into cruisers, this bike ticks all the right boxes. That's all for today's deep dive into the 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400. If you enjoyed this review or found it helpful, don't forget to like the video,